Alrighty, hello maggots. Happy Memorial Day, I guess. Today is Monday, Memorial Day, so happy that. Thanks to everyone who does the stuff that I would never do unless I was under duress or forced to. So that's good. Praise be. I come to you today woefully unprepared. There's kids yelling outside. Hopefully that won't come through too much. Hopefully you can hear me. We'll figure it out. But I come to you, as usual, unprepared. And I'd be lying if I said that weren't the case for most of the videos that I put out. So, not really a big deal, I guess, because I don't think you guys care necessarily, but it's nice to at least give you a little something to hold true to my word. So today, what I've pulled together really quick to talk about is Spotify, because I love that platform of listening to music. It's been very beneficial to me in many ways. I do pay for it so that I get all the premium benefits and what have you. But so the first thing I wanted to talk about in regards to Spotify is Pandora and how shitty it is compared to Spotify. Now, in high school, in like middle school, high school, in photography class or art class, we were allowed to put on Pandora either for the whole class, or in my photography class, we were able to just plug in our headphones and listen to Pandora. So I got started with it that way because I was like, yeah, let's listen to music. But at that time, I was putting in like Taylor Swift, Untouchable, like this B-side song by Taylor Swift, and I'm like, give it to me. And I'm like, why don't I have any choice in what plays to me? But then I grew to love it because I met my partner Brendan, and he had Pandora, and I followed him as a friend on there, and so every day I would check to see if he was listening on Pandora, because when you have a friend on there, you can see what they've been listening to, and what their likes are and things like that. So I would like check out, because back then I just had a super big crush on him, but all the girls did, so that's the way it was. But he would like a song, and then I would listen to it and listen to that radio and thumbs up different things, thumbs down. But Pandora sucks because it's like, I don't know, they keep giving live music, so I always thumbs down the live versions of songs because it's annoying and boring. But then they keep giving it, and then it's the same stuff over and over again. So a certain station, it's going to produce the same thing. And even though when I first started using Pandora, I was like amazed by it because I felt like it was opening up this world of music to me. And you know what, I'm gonna go on Facebook because I wrote a post about it, and I spent a long time really thinking about what I was trying to say and express, and I wanted to sound cool just in case Brendan saw it. But looking back, that was like 8 years ago, and I'm like, wow. Okay, yep, here it is. So, I said in 2013, 7 years ago, out of the many inventions masterminds of the world have created, including television, lighting, the internet, art, music, and just everything, Pandora has to be one of my absolute favorites. Living up to its name by merely typing in a musician and receiving an array of songs that are comparable to releasing all the negative things in the world, but in the best way possible. Without this, not much would change, I suppose. But I wouldn't be a happy camper relaxing in bed all day appreciating so much wonderful music. Thank you, Pandora. And someone commented on that and was like, if you like Pandora, check out Spotify. And I was like, didn't even heed their advice. And so I just shared it again recently, saying Pandora out, Spotify in, and there are many greater inventions in my mind, like pizza with pineapple on it. And I'm just playing. But it's funny to see how I've changed and grown over time, where I think I felt like I was being so whimsical and witty talking about how much I appreciated Pandora. And now it's like this thing that like you couldn't make me listen to even. No, you could make me, but don't, please. So now I use Spotify, and the reason why I started getting into it is because I started working at a locally owned grocery store, and we are, and I was, allowed to make playlists on there, as long as they don't have any curse words, because it is a family-friendly establishment. So, can make playlists with whatever we want within means to listen to at work. And so I really started loving that, and I wanted to be able to make playlists at home because it was kind of hard to come up with ideas on the spot at work. I'm like, the Avett Brothers, Tom Waits, Willie Nelson, and things like that. But that stuff doesn't get old, but like overplayed sometimes. But that's how I started listening to it, and then I was like, you know what, I'll pay for premium so that I can go home, make playlists, follow myself on the grocery store account, and then be able to play my playlist there, which has been super cool. Also, I got a Bluetooth compatible car, so even more worth it. I was like, yes. As soon as I turn my car in, the Bluetooth connects and starts playing the last thing I'd played on Spotify. So it's just like bing, bang, boom. And I've driven to the city many times. So it's super nice to have like a 5-hour long playlist that I can just click shuffle and make my way to New York City in under that time. So that's where it began, sort of. And now I have figured it out and fine-tuned a lot of things. One of the big benefits is the Discover Weekly. And I'm sure you know what Spotify is and also the little details, but I'm going to tell you anyways, just in case you don't and you want to figure it out for yourself. So Discover Weekly changes every Monday, and it's a playlist of things I hadn't listened to on Spotify, but are songs that are similar to my interests, what I've been listening to as of late. So every Monday, there's something new for me to get through. And truth be told, I have found a lot of cool music that way. And one of my favorite things that I found on Discover Weekly was called... Oh no, what's the song called? I don't remember. I'm gonna go find it. But it's by Sunset Roller Coaster. My Morning Throne is a song by Sunset Roller Coaster. Sunset Roller Coaster, I thought the kanji was Japanese, but it's actually Taiwanese, which their writing and language is very similar to Japanese because it's right there. But they're a Taiwanese band that sings in English, and so the metaphors come across a little wonky. It's like, well, that's not how we would say that, but it's endearing and cute, and I love that it's all English because then I can sing along easily. And they came on my Discover Weekly because I was getting into listening to Japanese music. I found this man, Orisaka Yuta, and he has an album. I forget what the album's called, but he's such a sweetheart. And so I found him, probably also Discover Weekly, and then started listening to his radio. Then I found Lucky Tapes, a Japanese band, and then I found Sunset Roller Coaster on my Discover Weekly. Amazing. So happy I looked into them. Their album, Bossa Nova, No, Casanova. Their album Casanova is like one of my all-time favorite albums, and I could listen to it on repeat for like ever. But I've said that about other bands like The Killers, For Sam's Town, and things like that. Anyways, long story short, Discover Weekly updates every Monday, and it shows me things that I like, which is cool. I sort of do wish for a little more diversity because, like, I've been listening to chill hop lately. I'll put on the chill hop station to be like nice background music, but then so now my Discover Weeklies have had a lot of chill hop lately. But when I listen to jazz, my Discover Weekly has a lot of jazz. Another cool feature is the daily mixes, which change every day, which is kind of a bummer. I wish I could save them somehow, and maybe I could, especially if I like just put all the songs in my own playlist, because some daily mixes are baller, and there's like 6 of them, and they're certain flavors basically, and I think that's really cool too. It's sort of like a Discover Weekly, but it mixes things I've already listened to that they can tell I like because I've listened to it multiple times. It mixes songs I like with new things that I haven't heard before. So it's a cool daily mix. I love that feature. What else? Oh, band radio. I sort of talked on it a little bit. If there's a band that I like, or an artist, so to speak, it's like, go to Sunset Roller Coaster Radio, and then it plays a ton of music similar to Sunset Roller Coaster. So that's one of my favorite ones because I can find more Japanese music because I love Japanese music. Let me just tell you. And it's not like, oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't talk about this. You know what? It's fine. I said to someone that I listen to Japanese music, and they go, what does that sound like, cartoon music? And I was like, I don't know how to explain to you what that means to me, what you are to me now that you've said that. Because I don't get offended easily, but I'm also like, I clearly just said I like it, and it's, I think, pretty insensitive to just make like a bold statement like that. And it's like a weird assumption to make, but I think if you want to get into some good music in a foreign language, check out Sunset Roller Coaster or check out Lucky Tapes, because they are both really great bands. Check out Orisaka Yuta. I'm gonna put links to these bands in the pee poo poo so that you can check them out if you're interested. And I'm gonna talk about individual bands that I have grown to love in the future in different videos so that I don't inebriate you with just one specific thing right now. Basically, Spotify has hooked me up with cool new things. Another thing I found on the Discover Weekly is a band called Attaboy, which I know someone in town that goes by the moniker Attaboy. So I thought it was going to be the same thing at first, and then I was like, oh no, this is a lovely lady's voice, and she sounds just like Lady Lamb the Beekeeper, which is one of my all-time favorite musicians. I love Lady Lamb the Beekeeper. Allie Speltro, I think, is her actual name. I got to see one of her shows in Brooklyn, and it was literally a dream come true. I'll tell you about that in another video. But yeah, so on a Discover Weekly, I heard this lady's voice for Attaboy, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that my girl? Is that Lady Lamb? And then I'm like, no, it's something different. And I love that album. It's called Out of Sorts, I think the album is called, by Attaboy. Great album. The song Out of Sorts, title song, is really great as well. Again, link in the pee pee poo poo. So overall, I'm just thankful to Spotify for the new and interesting things that it brings me and all the different things that I can try and get a taste of. They really do provide a lot of different flavors, and I love being able to like just click on a playlist that I haven't listened to that type of music before, and then finding gems and then adding them to my dance track playlist. I have a dance track playlist. It's called the tracks that I dance to, but it ends with a prepositional phrase, so I'm going to change it to something different. But either way, it's so much fun for me to just put on a playlist, and then when I notice that I'm dancing to something, quick run over and add it to the dance tracks playlist, because it's getting immense. And it's not that big right now, but it's about 9 hours long, my dance track playlist. So I can listen to it on the way to New York City and on the way back. I also can listen to it on the way to Virginia, where my papa lives, my dear father, which I plan on doing a trip sometime soon, actually. Nothing's holding me back. Thank pandemic. I have not much to do except for focus on myself and good things. Anyways, yep, Spotify. I sometimes start my morning with it. It gets me going. I exercise to Spotify. I always have it on in the car, and they've got pretty much everything that I'm looking for except for really obscure things, which it makes sense. And if I ever had a music career, Spotify is the first thing I'm putting stuff on. But we'll figure that out. Either way, money well spent. So happy I don't have advertisements. I'm very happy with Spotify, and that's all I got to say. If you have any questions, I can tell you, but I think it's a really easy platform to understand. Great music listening. Today I was going to try to talk about Torga Badfist, my D&D character, my favorite D&D character. I've made a lot, and I really love filling out character sheets, so I have made a lot of character sheets. But as per someone's request, I was going to talk about her today, and I did not feel like spending the 2 minutes it would take to find the character sheet. So, sorry about that. Probably on Friday I will do a video about Torga, and then on Monday I plan to do a video on creating a character. So I'll make a character live with you guys, and if it's something that you like, then I can really do a live video sometime down the line, and create a character with you guys, because I think that would be really fun if you're interested. But yep, the person that requested I talk about my feral character is someone who also helped me get to level 31 in Pokemon Go, because they contacted me and were like, we're going to be best friends tomorrow, like as soon as we give each other a gift. So let me know so we can pop a lucky egg and then get double the experience. Because I don't know if you know, once one becomes best friends on Pokemon Go, one gets 100,000 experience points. And so to pop a lucky egg and double that, amazing. Because as the levels get higher, one needs more and more experience.